Previously on Kung Fu Maintenance, I showed you how to test if a contactor was sucked in. Today we're going deeper. Welcome back to Kung Fu Maintenance, where I show you how to make the most likely repairs you'll need to make in your lifetime. If you'd like to get the latest videos, subscribe and then hit the little bell icon right at the subscribe button and it'll notify you of any new videos when they're released for you. Alright, well, headed back up to the roof, and what I have is an air conditioner that keeps throwing out the capacitor. And I got called for another unit and was trying to think of what the heck was making this unit throw the capacitor. And then it dawned on me the compressor has actually been replaced at one point. And what I think is happening is that it's the wrong size capacitor. So I'm going to try going with a 45 capacitor. I'm going to try looking at the data plate. Problem is it's so hot out there that my camera died, overheated, wouldn't record anymore. And then my cell phone camera, it also was so hot that it wouldn't record anymore. So I may not be able to get any footage on this one. I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna try to look at the data plate on the compressor. Some of them will tell you what size microfarad capacitor to use. Most of them don't, and it just kind of sucks because there's not really, sometimes, you know, maybe you can go to the website, maybe you can find out, and maybe not. So it's not always easy, but settle for a few. All right. See if I can get any footage. Alright, some of you guys might remember this unit. I was sort of defeated on this unit. I didn't figure out what was going on, and then they found a short at the compressor. But now it's been a whole year that it ran, and replaced the capacitors the other day after it threw the breaker. Well, it's throwing the breaker again, and the capacitor actually went out again, and the friend replaced it, and then it went out again, and now I'm here. So, and then it dawned on me looking at the compressor that I think the compressor's been replaced at some point, and it made me think that maybe our capacitor is the wrong size. So we've got a 35 on here. And sometimes these are tricky to be able to see. I'm going to go ahead and pull the disconnect and discharge the capacitor. And I brought a 40 and a 45 with me. I'm going to try to see on the top of this compressor if I can see the writing and see if it tells me what size. So we've discharged our capacitors. These can be tricky to read. Ooh, I see a 40. I'm not sure if that's capacitor size. Look, it's model 200, I see 50, I see Copeland. Model CRE40225-PFV 40 LRA 17.4 208 30 60. Ay. Wish they'd just write on there microfarad size such and such, you know? Alright. Not sure that, yeah, it's a 40, but that's just 40 volts. So I'm wanting to try a 45 because a lot of my new units, they take a 45. I'm thinking, and I'm also going to replace this hard start kit, as that just may be bad and maybe causing it to go out. So between those two things, so give it a shot with the 45. I'm going to take a photo with my camera. Try to get that model number. See if I can get it really good with my camera. CRE4-0225-PFV. Okay, so I'm going to try changing it to 45 and then I'm going to go inside and start it out. We've got a common, we've got our other common, and then we've got our perm on the other side. Okay, hard start kit. I'm not even going to disconnect because we're gonna take it out. Okay, I'm gonna put a new hard start kit and a new 45. And we're gonna see how this sounds. I've got a 40. And again, most of these new ones, when I have to replace them, they're a 45. And I can see some scratches. I can see the way the wiring is done is a little odd. I can see all the compressor leads have been replaced. Yeah, so we're going to try the 45. I'm just going to leave this one's a dual cap, so I'm just going to leave the fan disconnected and keep that separate. And we're going to go the Herm. Good strong lead there. And then we're going to go the common. Disconnected, and we'll just use it as a separate 5, which makes it easier and better for the future, in my opinion. And I'll just test that 5, even though there was a new one the other day, so probably fine. Disconnect one side. Check the fan, and we got 4.96, so that's good. Okay, now we're ready to run. Plug it back in, and I'm just going to push the contactor in for a little bit, listen to the compressor, and then we'll go from there. I'll measure those inside. Let's see, here goes. Plug the disconnect back in. And now I'm going to push it back in and listen and see how it runs, or does it throw the breaker, or what happens? Oh, it just blanked out. I think it just tripped the breaker inside. Wow. Oh, not good. I think we lost our compressor. Uh-oh. Because it went straight out. Ay, ay, ay. Might need a new compressor here. Let's take a look at our leads. Go ahead and re-pull this. Not good. Looks like it threw the breaker right away. See if we have any burned wires, anything. We got this lead touching here, but it doesn't look bad. This one here, that one there. Everything's okay there. Leads coming in. Leads. Nothing touching, nothing funny. Up top. Let's see. Now I better discharge. We just might have a bad compressor. Yikes. Fan's okay. Fan's okay. Fan leads. Okay. Oh boy. Alright, well I gotta go inside and I'll turn it on from inside, reset the breaker, and go from there. Oh boy. Oh, looking at something here. This is our incoming voltage wires. We're looking at the crankcase heater being disconnected. So somebody thought that was shorting it at some point. Ay, ay, ay. All right, well, I'm gonna try to reset it. We'll see what happens. I'll plug it in here. Well, you know, I need to check to see if it blew like fuses at all. There he goes, microfarad continuity test, not a microfarad test. Uh-oh, blue fuse is there. Got a blown fuse here. Okay. Let's see if we have voltage here. It blew the fuse. Yeah. Fuse. I didn't put a hard start kit on this one. Let me put a hard start kit, a new hard start kit up here, even though this just goes one lead to each side. Again, we may have a bad. Hey, this one's missing the lead on one side. I got. Good. That's messed up on a brand new one. Oh gosh. Well, here's another new one. I can always fix the other one with another lead that's not too big a deal, but just an annoyance. Common, one lead to Herm. Okay. I'm ready to see if it'll start. I'm going to go inside for this one. I got to reset the breaker. I can plug this one in here, and we'll see. All right. Ay, ay, ay. We'll go check it inside. Okay, yeah, I did trip the breaker again. Here we go. This time I'm going to turn it on here with the thermostat. Hope for the best. Oh, I just tripped it right away. That's not good. I have to test the compressor. Okay, unfortunately it blew the breaker, which I reset the breaker. We've got the unit turned on. What I'm going to do is disconnect the compressor. I see some oil on the compressor. And, I did notice it earlier. What I'm trying to do is isolate and separate the compressor from the fan motor, disconnect the compressor, and then we'll try to run it. Gonna go ahead and it's bloody hot. Well, okay, ohm test. Let's see what fuses, if any, we blew. One fuse there. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to discharge our capacitor again, and I'm just going to disconnect the compressor. Now this one has these wire leads, so I'm actually going to separate these two and keep them kind of close together. These two, keep them kind of close together, and then can disconnect the start wire. It just makes it a little easier for me to tell what goes where in this whole ordeal. Okay, so we can see those two go together. Nothing's touching, and just position everything where it's not touching anything. And now I can try to run it and see what happens and go from there. And if it throws a breaker, we know it's in our fan motor. So we've isolated the compressor from the fan motor. So here goes. My fuse wasn't in there all the way. Okay. Oh gosh, the compressor is so hot. I think it's overheated. Okay, well, I'm going to plug this in and we'll see. There goes the fan motor. So that started right up. It's possible that our compressor is just overheated. It's also possible it's gone to ground. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it. Well, we ruled out, it's not our fan motor that's causing it. So I'm going to re-discharge the capacitor. Anytime you re-energize it, you got to re-discharge it. I could see someone's tested it before where the metal's worn away, so that'll make testing this really easy. We're just going to do a continuity test from each spot to our worn away spot. Nothing, nothing, and nothing. That's a good sign. No, it's not gone to ground. So, and if it's gone out on thermal limit, we've got continuity there, continuity there, continuity there. So. This one, all signs pointed to a seized compressor. I had actually wanted to replace the compressor previously, but they were able to fix it for a while. But it's time for a new compressor now. To save money and time on repairs, I stock my own compressors, filter dryers, capacitors, and refrigerant. You can save a lot of money when you've got all these things lined up. I also stock my own coils, because the coil is very difficult for different AC companies to get. My particular coil is a slant coil. And also stock my own drain pans so that any of those things that need to be replaced can save a lot of money and time by having those materials on hand. And most companies will upcharge you quite a bit, so having those materials means you won't get upcharged. Labor only. And maybe you won't have much of a warranty on those things, but you have a warranty on the workmanship, depending on the company. And time is definitely one of the biggest factors when you got people dependent on air conditioning. You need to get things going and keep things going right away. Coming soon to Kung Fu Maintenance. Got another rattler. Bad one. Gonna see if we can adjust it. If not, I have to replace the blower motor. No big deal. So get it done. you.